Hi guys, it's the Alpha Glam here, and today I'll be showing you how to achieve a beautiful flawless bridal look. I just figured out that it's been a while we did something of this sort here, and I am here to show you my makeup skills, things I learned from the last masterclass I attended, all the tips and tricks. Yes guys, I'll be showing you how to achieve a beautiful look here. On my chair is the gorgeous Precious, and right now I am using the Mismetic Moisture Bomb. Yes, I think that is how it is called, to moisturize our face. Before that, I used the Mismetic Micellar Water to also clean our face and remove all dirt from our skin. So right now I'm going into my moisturizing and hydrating. Also, I'm using a lip balm on our lips so our lips are soft and hydrated. Straight into my primer, I'm using the classic mattifying primer, and I'm only applying it on her T-zone, places where she gets oily. So she has a combination skin, so I'm trying to mattify all the places where she gets oily. To further mattify her face, I'm also using my Meron Skin Prep. I'm using it on places where I earlier mattified, so that the place can be as dry as possible. You don't want any oil to seep out. Yes guys. So straight into my foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Matte foundation, and I'm using a brush from my Vicabel brush set to blend it into our skin. Guys, you want to apply it at one part of your face first before going to the other part. And also remember, blending is key. You have to carefully blend. You build it up gradually. You don't go into the products all over the face immediately and blend. That will not give you a nice finish. So I'm using my brush first to blend a side, and you can see the skin match, guys. Like, I matched her face to her neck. Her face is kind of darker than her neck, and that is why I matched it to her neck. So you can see the difference between her neck and her face. This is very important, guys. So I'm using my brush to blend it in, and also notice that I am using my brush to dab it. I'm not going around or trying to move it or anything. I'm pushing my brush gently into her skin so her skin can take in the foundation, and also it can be placed on the surface of her skin properly. So guys, you need to take note of all these things. All these things gives a nice finish once you are done with your makeup. So once I am done using my brush, I'm going into my beauty blender, a damp beauty blender. I'm using this to also pushing this makeup, pushing the foundation into our skin. So this is also to give it an airbrush feel. By doing this, you are removing the excess oil, you are removing the excess foundation on the skin. So that is why we are using a beauty blender after using a brush. Right now I'm going into a dark foundation, and I think I used the L'Oreal True Matte foundation in C10 if I'm correct. I'm using that to contour the sides of our face, forehead, those places where I want to create shadows. Yes, that is what I'm doing right now. So I'm using the contour all over her forehead, the sides of her face, just to slim her face and all that. So guys, you want to carefully place these two on the skin. And once I'm done with this, I'm going into my Zaron blush. This is the Zaron blush in Negroni. I'm using my finger to carefully apply it on our skin, because I noticed that when I use my beauty blender, it tends to lift up the products. So I'm using my fingers first before using my beauty blender to blend it in. So guys, you want to blend it in properly, you want to blend it in carefully, you want to blend it in a seamless manner that does not lift up your products. I'm also using this on the tip of my nose, and right now I'm going into my concealer, which is the Kelvin Akon concealer in 11. Yes, I think it is in shade 11. I'm sorry I'm not showing you guys the product, guys. Once I start doing makeup, I get carried away, and before I know it, I'm done with the makeup and I forgot to show you the products I used. But when we go further into the video, there are some other parts where I showed the product, so guys, bear with me. Right now I'm using the concealer on the sides of her face, on her forehead, tip of her nose, her chin, and I'm also using it to lift up her eyes. So guys, the point of highlighting the face is just to bring in light into some particular places on our face, and this is what I am trying to do. Then also note that placement is also very key. You can see that I'm just putting it in some selected area. I'm not taking it out of those areas. Yes guys, that is what I am doing. And now I'll be using my beauty blender to dab it into the skin. I'm not taking it away, I'm just dabbing it into the area where the concealer was concentrated. You don't want to take it out of that space, which is what I am doing right now. You have to carefully dab it into the skin, press it into the skin, so that it gives that nice highlighted look. Right now I'm blending her nose, and I'll be blending the sides of her face, just to make sure that that place is bright and good enough. Also, you want to make sure that you raise up the eyes. Tell her to lift up her eyes, open her eyes, look up, so that you can blend under eyes properly. You want to avoid crease, you want to avoid anything that can make the concealer look messy under her eyes, which is what I am doing, guys. So these are the tips. All these tips all come together to give a nice look. When you don't follow a tip, or probably forget a step or something, it might affect the outcome of the makeup, so you have to be very careful. So guys, once I am done blending, I'm going back into my beauty blender, the one I use for my foundation. I'm going to blend all over the edges where I highlighted. So this is just to make sure that your foundation and your concealer are merging together. There's no demarcation between the both of them, guys. This is very important because you don't want harsh lines on the face of your bride. You want to make sure that everything is properly blended together. So guys, right now I want to give a light look under her eyes. They call it bright under eyes. Yes, and I'm using my Norban concealer and shade 42 to achieve this. Yes, so I'm just carefully blending it under her eyes, so that place just looks brighter than the rest of her face. And once I am done blending it, I'll be using my Miracle setting powder in ginger to blend it in. So the ginger setting powder is just to set the whole look under the eyes, guys. So immediately I am done blending my concealer, I'm going straight into my setting powder, because any gap or any time that is allowed to fly by, there's tendency that the under eyes can crease, and you want to try to avoid that. So immediately after blending, I will advise that you go into your setting powder, which is the Miracle setting powder that I am using right now. So you can see how flawless the under eyes look, no creasing, nothing. Then I'll be using the setting powder on other sides of her face. I'll be using it on her forehead, places I highlighted typically. I'll be using that all over there. So guys, once I'm done with this, I'll be using a powder shade. I'll be using that all over her face, just to blend the rest of her face, set the rest of her face, so that everywhere is powdered up, everywhere is mattified, nowhere is different. Guys, can you see that shade match? Like, that shade match is on steroids. Like, I blended it in perfectly. So guys, you want to go into your blush. Also, I'm going into this blush from the V Beauty palette. I'm going into a color pink. So the blush is just to bring a bit of rosiness to the face. You don't want the face to look boring, you don't want the face to look bland, you want the face to look as yummy as ever, which is what we are trying to achieve right now. So I'm still going into my pink blush, just to bring out a beautiful color on the sides of her face, then a bit of it on her forehead. You don't want to apply too much on her forehead, but a bit of it. Right now into her nose contouring, guys. I am an advocate of powder nose contouring now. Before, I was crazy about liquid contouring, like using your concealer to probably contour your nose and all that. But guys, I just discovered that it's a waste of time. Using powder is easier, faster, and better. And what am I doing here? I'm using a bronzer and a nice pink shade. I'm using the pink blush I used. I'm mixing them together just to give that beautiful accentuated nose. You want that straight nose. So that is what I am doing right now. Do that with a fluffy brush and you get a nice nose. Also guys, try to make sure it is not too hard, it is not too harsh on the nose. Then once you have done all this, I'll be setting the whole face with my Kiss Beauty setting spray. So just to make sure that everything matches, everything sinks into the skin, and you can see our face looks like our skin. Yes guys, that is what you want to achieve. Now guys, for the brows, I'll be going into my Beauty by Damel brow gel. I'll be using that to mattify our eyebrows. This is just to dry up the brows and make it stay in place. That's the essence of using a brow gel. So okay, is it a brow gel or a brow wax? Okay, some people call it brow wax, some people call it brow gel. Okay, I think it's a brow wax. I think a wax is most suitable for that. I'll be using that on our brows, but before I proceed, I'll be setting and not setting, I'll be baking our face. Yes, I'll be baking our face using the Mirac setting powder in ginger. Yes, you want to use that to catch fallout that might come from the eyeshadow. Yes, so right now I'm going into my eyeshadow primer. I'm using that on our eyelids. You want to make sure you blend the eyeshadow primer properly so it does not affect the rest of your eye look. And now I'm going into my Annie's Beauty palette. I'm using that on the eyes. I'm just blending a nice brown on the sides of the eyes first, then afterwards I'm going into a nice darker brown, but it's nicer from my African Queen Blossom palette. Yes, I'm using that around our eyes. So guys, I just wanted to do a nice matte eye look. I wanted it to be a neutral one, which is what I am trying to achieve here. So guys, learn to blend properly on the eyes. You have to learn to blend. And once I am done with this, I'll be going back into my Annie's Beauty palette. There's a white in it, a white shade in it that is so lovely. So I'll be using this on top of our eyes. Yes guys, you can see how it is looking really nice. I was trying to achieve the hollowed eyes because I noticed that she has eye space. So when you see someone that has eye space, of course you want to do the unthinkable, which is what I am trying to do here. So I'm applying this white on the middle of our eyes and it looks pretty good guys. So guys, when you are doing this, you just want to press it on the places where you have applied your eyeshadow primer. Just press it in so that it can be pigmented and it can pop out as much as possible, which is what I am doing here guys. Once I am done with that, I'm going into our eyebrows. I'll be using my MacBook pencil to give our eyebrows the first and second outline. Guys, if you want to know how I do my eyebrows on clients, kindly drop your comment. Yes guys, drop your comment and I will of course oblige you with a video of that. Yes guys, so once I'm done using my MacBook, I'm using a dark pencil just to pop out the outline of the brows. Then I'm using it to slightly fill it in. You don't want to use it to fill it in totally, just slightly, so that the brows can at least pop out in its own way. It should not be too dark, it should not be too light, which is what I am trying to achieve here. And once I am done, I am highlighting under our brows, and there's a way I highlight under my brows. If you can notice, I'm not going to the extreme front, I'm just going to the sides of my brows. Guys, if you need a brow tutorial, holla to your girl. I am ready to drop a detailed tutorial on how I draw my eyebrows on my clients. Yes, so once I am done highlighting the brows, I am trying to blend it out. You don't want it to show any demarcation between your eyeshadow, your brows, everything. You want to make sure everything blends in seamlessly into each other, which is what I am doing right now. And right now I'm lining our eyes with the Polar Beast pencil. Yes guys, just to give her a dark eyes and make her eyeballs pop. Right now I'm also lining her eyes with the V Beauty eyeliner and going into my mascara, which is the Kiss Beauty mascara. Yes guys, she has lashes guys. God, she has full lashes. And once I am done with this, I'm going into my false lashes. Yes guys, I was a bit skeptical about these lashes, but it still turned out well. It wasn't that bad. Yes, but guys, see the eyes, like the eyes are popping. They are really popping. So once I am done with all that, I am brushing away the excess powder, just brushing and dabbing it in, brushing and pushing it in. Yes, you can see I am pushing it in, but I'm still brushing in a way. Yes, you can, exactly. So that is it, guys. There's a method, there's a technique to it. So you have to brush off, then still pressing. So you have to be very careful about that, guys. And that is what I am doing. You can see our under eyes looks bright enough, but not over the top. And yes, right now I'm going into our lip. I'm using my Eye Magic lip palette. I'm using the brown in that Eye Magic lip palette to line our lips. So that's nice lips, guys. So once I am done lining our lips with a brown, I'll go on and blend it with my brush. Then apply, yes, that's my Eye Magic. Apply a nice pink from that palette and put it on top. Yes, guys, so you can see that pink was looking good. It was looking yummy. I was so excited that that's what I selected. Then right now I am blending it with my brush, blending the brown and the pink together. Very, very important, guys. So once you are done blending, I am going to use my favorite lip gloss. That is the Ezekiel lip gloss. I'm using the one from Blonde and Earth. Yes, so I'm using that on the lip. So I'm using the one on Earth to re-emphasize the outline I created earlier. You can see how nice it is looking. Yes, you don't want it to be too much so that the lips does not get too dark afterwards. Yes, guys, so this is how the lips look. And once I am done, I am back into my setting spray. I'm using that all over the face. While I'm waiting for our face to dry, I will be going into my Nuban Beauty highlighter in Men. I'll be using that on the sides of her face, especially the apple of her cheeks. I'll be using a bit on her forehead, the tip of her nose, and the bridge of her nose. Those places where lights would hit on and will make her face shine. So those are the places where I'll be applying it. And guys, this is the final look. Yes, guys, she looks so stunning. My favorite part is the eyes and the lips, and also her skin work. Like everything just matches. So guys, after this look, I switched up this look to a beautiful, nice traditional look. So guys, if you want to see how I achieved that, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to drop your comment. So guys, I switched up our look from the nude look to this look, to the red lips, and I tied girly on her head. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe again, don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you too. Say you love to the camera. I love you. Yeah.
I love you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you too for sitting so pretty.
Aww. So beautiful. I really love the makeup. This gilly.
Even with my nails, guys, I tied gilly with my nails, my long nails.
You did well.
Thank
really
you.
Well.
Thank you so much. I look so good.
I know.
Oh,
this is beautiful.
why so fine?
You guys should patronize her.
Yes, patronize the Alpha Glam. Yeah.
Alpha Glam.
Yes.
On Instagram.
Yes.
And don't worry, she'll do you well.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.